in our program of Teatro Matos, we try to give a lot of attention to outreach to different publics. We do really contemporary work in different fields, in theater, in dance, in music. So knowing that we have a program that's not so obvious, we still want to communicate to as many people as possible and to contact with the broad public. One of the strategies that we use, in fact, is that we work a lot with participatory projects, community projects, in which the audience is not just a passive viewer. So one of the events that's really that we've been doing since the beginning for 7 years now is called Our Livre, which means in the open air, and that's the event that also happens today. So it's an event for families, kids, for a very wide audience. We do it on the street and in the gardens next to the theater. And there are workshops, performances, there is music, so there is a lot of different activities that the people can engage in. And one part of this project is also always a public banquet for everybody. So I saw the video of Eat London, and I thought it was a marvelous project. I thought, yeah, that's something perfect. It's still another way of working with food in the open air, for lots of people. It's also very participative, and it's very creative. And then my idea was, yeah, it's something we should do here. Then it took some time to be able to do it, to find the finances also and the right moment to do it. But here we are, so.
Esta experiencia, porque comprobaréis que es maravillosa.
And then, of course, if you start thinking about the project, there are lots of good reasons. I think Lisbon is a city with lots of cultural diversity, but it's also so that it's not very visible. People tend to live in their own communities, so we kind of know that they exist. But I think in a project like this, it becomes really visible.
Eu sou de Lisboa.
Eu vou comer Lisboa.
Lisabona.
Another thing that I found very, very nice is that it's a real community project. That it really is based on the participation of lots of people that are not artists in their everyday life, and brings them together in a way in which they themselves are responsible. So there is a kind of global plan, like this is what we're going to do, but within that global plan we build the city with food. There is a lot of freedom for them, a lot of possibility to imagine things, to be creative, to be actually the makers of the whole work. The people are the makers of the work.
I am gonna make spring rolls. Actually, it's perfect. It's really nice.
It's really a complex project. It looks easy when you see when it's all finished, because it has a lot of implications. If you collaborate with so many groups, and it's more than 100 people from different associations, it requires a lot of work and attention to maintain the contact with them, to find them in the first place, to explain the project to them, and then you need to get interested and enthusiastic, and so that's a lot of work. Also to keep the thing rolling. But this idea of doing regular workshops in preparation of the event in itself works very well, because it keeps people thinking during more than a month about the whole project and what they could do and how they could develop their own part of the map. I was even surprised that there was so much practical knowledge on how to do things already gathered by Ali&Cía and the team. But in the end, it's the people who build it, who make it, and who invent the way they build the buildings and the materials they use, the food they want to make, and so on. What strikes me most, in fact, is that in working with these volunteer participants, their enthusiasm and their also devotion, like their almost professional devotion to share something of, to make the thing as well as possible, but especially I feel a lot of responsibility and proud to share something of their own culture. I've been seeing that in different groups, they really want to make the best of it, they want to make really specific things. By working together with associations and groups of people that are from different cultural backgrounds, you kind of render visible this cultural diversity of the city, and it's very immediate. So food, I think, is the most immediate way in which we can make contact with another culture. And I think like to have Lisbon made in food from 12 different cultural origins makes it very visible and palpable that in fact all these communities live in Lisbon and are part of everyday life of Lisbon.